Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is your US General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. And as I always state, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background, my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Okay, it is early in the morning right now, so I got a little time to basically talk about this right here. In most videos, I normally talk about or show or display a lot of cordless equipment, but when I am in shop, I do use a lot of pneumatic air equipment. Okay, I don't use the cordless as my first option because air is accessible to me in the shop. Okay, in some other videos I have thrown up some of the Ingersolls. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the top of the tool chest. Okay, as you can see right here is the 15QTIMAX titanium. This is the stubby impact Ingersoll rand. Okay, as you can see, I have a reducer adapter on it for a 1/2 inch. Okay, but this is technically a 3/8 drive. Okay, I was using this quite often. Technically, this gun is semi alright. It is kind of strong, but it does struggle in certain applications. So I felt the need to step up the gun in a 3/8 drive to what you see over here, which is the 215 TIMAX, I believe. Okay, this is a very powerful 3/8 drive Ingersoll right here. It's very compact. Okay, it's small. Technically it's very nice in the hands. Not to say the stubby is quite light. Okay, but as you can tell, it's a whole lot much more bulkier. You can get in some tight places with this gun, but not like as if you can get in with this 215 right here. Okay, up here, what you're taking a look at is the 2235 titanium right here. This is a 1/2 inch. Okay, as you can see, all the guns basically have protective boots on them. Okay, technically the 3/8 drive, like I said, is very strong. It's actually more louder actually than the other two guns. It's more louder than the 1/2 inch and the 3/8 stubby. I'm gonna get out of air holes and get the guns connected so that you can get a good idea of basically what I'm talking about. Okay, now basically you can see I have air lines connected to both of the 3/8 drive pneumatic impact guns. Okay, so first I'm gonna go to the stubby. Okay, so that you can basically hear power. It's more quieter, it's more smooth, as you can hear. Okay, now I'll go to the 215, which actually, like I said, I really like this. This hits hard. Okay, so basically you can hear the difference. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the 1/2 inch hooked up so that you can get an idea of that. The 1/2 inch is not as loud. That 3/8 that I was just basically using, as you can tell, once again, sound and how it hits. Okay. Okay, now that I got the 1/2 inch locked in now, see it has the kick and the power, but it's not as loud as the 3/8 drive. Okay, it's more quieter, technically, like the stubby here, but the stubby is a whole lot much more smoother. Okay. Okay, so yeah, basically I just put that video together real quick, just to give you a little slight demonstration if you never worked technically with Ingersoll Rand. Want to give you a good idea depending upon what type of applications or what type of work that you do, and if technically you were interested in the Ingersoll Rand brand. They're definitely top quality impact guns. As you can see, like I said, I never have a problem with the 1/2 inch, but when it comes to the 3/8 drive, I definitely prefer this 215 over the 15 QMax stubby. I'm not saying that the stubby is not good, but in some applications that I have worked with in the past, I have been able to remove lug nuts from flatbed trucks like Raptors and Ford F-150s, but then I ran into situations where it wouldn't remove cease lug nuts off a Caravan and a particular BMW where I was using 17mm sockets. Normally I don't use this drive size to remove lug nuts, but the day that technically I was doing it, I did it simultaneously on a humble, and I just happened to notice certain things about the gun. This gun right here I don't use in those type of applications. I use this gun specifically for what it's designed for, and anything that requires a higher drive size, I just technically always go to this titanium. And if I run into some type of issue where that I'm having a problem removing something with this 1/2 inch, this is when I actually go to my cordless, when I go to my Milwaukee hard torque. Okay, and with the hard torque, technically I never run into any issues. Anything I put the hard torque against, it always breaks it free and always breaks it loose. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you know, basically when you have your pneumatic air tools, it's always good to keep your guns oiled before use and at the end of the day. Sometimes technicians, they don't always service their pneumatic air tools properly, so they wind up not lasting long. Okay, if you maintain your pneumatic air tools extremely well, they should last a very long time. Okay, always look for the proper specifications as far as servicing your pneumatic air tools. Okay, there are kits out there that you can get. I know Ingersoll has its own line. I actually have one of the kits. I did throw up a video quite some time ago for one of the kits, but that particular kit that I showed was basically for only specific guns. Okay. Alright, so that's just gonna be basically about it on this particular review. So until the next one, we're gonna check you later. Peace.